All right, yo, what's up, guys? So, I am currently in my upstairs space. It's a bedroom, and I am going to turn it into another studio space. And the reason why is we shoot all of the Between Us podcast stuff in my basement, and I realize I'm like, it's going to be too much to continue doing rearranging to do Father Built podcast down there or any kind of content creation down there besides the Between Us podcast and stuff with my son. And so um, that that right there is something that is going to be exciting. So I am in the space right now, which is the upstairs bedroom, and I realized got a problem. I set up this bedroom the wrong way, and now I have to take all these bookshelves that I started putting together, and I have to move them to. It's kind of messy in here, but I have to move them to this wall because this wall's bigger, and I didn't think about that, and so. Yeah, and I brought my desk up here. I got that right there up here, and so I'm gonna be doing some rearranging. I thought I was almost done, and then it didn't make sense. So here we go. Can I be real with you guys for a moment? Like, I'm sitting in this room and thinking about like all the work that it took me to get this far. Like, all the work, and I'm so close to being done, and then I did it wrong, and so I have to do it, and I'm like, man, maybe I should just wait till tomorrow, or maybe I should just forget about it and just keep it how it is. But the reality is like, I have to do this. So just a little bit discouraged, but I know when I'm done, it's gonna look so good. And that's that right there is the important thing. So it's like, if you do it right once, you got it. So all right, here we go. Yo, what is up, y'all? So this is actually, man, day probably like 4 or 5 of working on the studio, and let me tell you, it's been a work. Like, I started a video process like, I don't know, a couple days ago, and I realized that I was setting up my studio the wrong way. And the cool thing about like my house is that I have like an upstairs living space and then also a downstairs living space, and and so the upstairs living space is mainly just for I'm a bachelor, so it's gaming. There's a couch and all that other stuff. So downstairs is where we have the Between Us podcast, and we used to have the Father Built podcast down there, but then I realized, like, hey, I haven't been recording because there's a chair, there's the chairs, and then the couch in the middle, and I would have to move the couch out of the middle, and then move the chairs, and then move the mics and stuff. And so I live in a 4-bedroom house, and I have a roommate, and he only has one room. And I was like, okay, I use this room that we're in right now mainly for storage and storing, my DJ equipment and some of my video equipment that I'm not using on like a weekly basis. And so then I was like, you know what? I have an opportunity to do something with this space. And so I decided, you know what? I am going to make this space into another podcast space where we can have the Father Built podcast, where I can do some of my personal social media and YouTube stuff. I mean, come on, YouTube is social media. So I found these bookshelves on Facebook Marketplace. I found the 2 chairs and this table on Facebook Marketplace, and we're just going to go for it. This is going to be the new home of the Father Built podcast, and then also some of my personal content stuff. And once everything is set, I'll probably give you more of a tour, but I at least wanted to show you some of the test shots. Me adjusting the lighting. Lighting still needs some work, but it works for now. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the space I can transform it into, especially with finding a lot of the stuff on Facebook Marketplace, like the bookshelves. One of them looks different, which is... it is what it is. And even the table and the chairs that I found on Facebook Marketplace, I feel like this is going to be great because I can just plop a mic right here and be ready to record, ready to go when it comes to recording content. And I think the reason why I'm doing this one or having 2 different spaces is, in both of those spaces, all I have to do is hit record. I don't have to set up any lighting, and they have somewhat semi-permanent lighting in those spaces. I say semi-permanent lighting because downstairs everything's on C-stands, and then when I go out and shoot content, I can take the lighting off those C-stands, pack up the C-stands, and then roll out. In here, currently I have 1 light on a C-stand, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these things called an auto pull, and I'm going to actually put the light up so that I don't have to have any lights on C-stands. And then we'll get some mood lighting in here with some lamps and stuff like that as well to pretty up the space, make it look more intentional than just putting a bookshelf into a space and chairs by it. I don't have as much depth of field when it comes to recording the Father Built podcast, because literally the bookshelf is right here. And so it's a smaller room. I think it's a 10 by 10 10 by 10, 10 by 12 room or something like that. And so, yeah, I'm excited to curate this space some more. My workbench is still up here. I moved my desk up here. The closets over there that will have all of my equipment, DJ equipment, and some of my heavier camera stuff. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens with this. But I just want to say this is the new home of the Father Built podcast. Can't wait to start that up again. Can't wait to have guests. Can't wait to continue giving you guys content. But I wanted to let you guys know now that this is the home of the Father Built podcast right here. Upstairs in my 3rd bedroom, basically. So, all right, y'all. Talk to you later. All right, y'all. So I'm still working on the whole background and everything with this podcast space right now. I mean, this is what it looks like without the light. Put a little bit of light on. It looks all right. I just actually got my desk set up and ready to rock. I am working on actually building out kind of like a game plan for... Sorry, my head is cut off. There you go. I'm working on a game plan for doing more content creation at my desk, but then also doing reaction videos. And so part of that is figuring out... I have a teleprompter right here, an Elgato teleprompter. I have OBS that I'm trying to work through, and then also trying to figure out what the background is going to look like for when I'm creating content. I mean, I have my mic right here, this my whole computer over here, and I'll do, like I said, in the last update, which was yesterday. This is all going to be one video, but I'll do a studio tour once it's nice and clean. But yeah, I'm finding joy in doing this. I'm finding joy in even vlogging the process. Yeah, it's more of me just sitting down and walking through what I'm doing instead of like showing you guys the whole process. Just because as for time commitment wise, I'm just not there. I do find that this is a tight space to have my desk plus a desk right here and then the chairs and the bookshelf. So, but you know what we're going to do with what we got. And, yeah, I got to show you something I got in the mouse. I am excited about this though. This is a flashlight. And it does like a lot of cool things on the background. If I shine the camera, just shining in the background, is that 100%? So it's at 100% right now. But if I turn this light off, can you see it? The cool thing is, you probably won't see it. I gotta get blackout curtains. But you can put, I think they're called BOGOs on this. So it has like a little BOGO right there. And then it does like different stuff to the background. So you can kind of see it on the background right there where it's like, oh yeah, that's like the shades doing light and stuff. So, and then you can switch the colors and stuff like that and make it a lot more moodier of a vibe. And so, yeah, just hold on. Just working through that. So kind of cool thing. It's a lot cheaper than buying a whole nother light and then trying to light the background and stuff. And so we're trying to figure out all this stuff right now. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys another update. Hopefully I'll be rolling out more content soon, which I'm excited about. So just trying to figure out OBS, figuring out how to make it right. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and then hopefully we'll be able to live stream too. So with this whole setup and do some live streaming. There's a couple games that I'm playing. And then there's also just some stuff that I'm trying to like, hey, come along with me as I'm doing reaction videos while live streaming on like Facebook and all that stuff. So, but you got to start somewhere. Anyways, all right, I'll check you guys soon. Peace.